You may ask why I'm comparing the Sonos Ace to the 5909. I think the Ace should be honoured. That was due to somebody telling me that there'll be a new crowning of the Sonos Ace as the new Bluetooth headphone with the best audio performance out of all of the Bluetooth headphones. Just because it can take advantage of a lossless codec, Qualcomm aptX adaptive, lossless audio, it does not mean it's going to be the best Bluetooth headphone. What you need to realize is that although Qualcomm aptX adaptive lossless claims to be lossless, the quality will fluctuate from lossless in the best conditions to lossy in the worst conditions. Very little Bluetooth activity and you're likely to be getting lossless. Extremely high Bluetooth activity in the area or the environment you're in, and you're likely to be getting a lossy performance. So lossless is not guaranteed. Same with LDAC. Most ideal conditions, although lossy, they'll be great. Worst conditions, not so great. You obviously cannot beat the cable. Although using the cable, there is a chance that you could, at worst conditions, encounter interference. My smartphone doesn't say lossless. It only says Qualcomm aptX adaptive. I would imagine at best you'll be getting lossless, although it doesn't state it, and at worst you'll be getting lossy. I've never questioned LDAC on my Samsung. You flick it to LDAC, but it doesn't show any fluctuation from high quality to poor quality. Just LDAC on and LDAC off. So I won't question the lack of seeing lossless. I like the signature tone of the Sonos Ace. It doesn't possess that lazy, boosted bass sound signature that dominates the tone of other headphones that are similarly priced from the other brands. But when you're listening to music, it seems that everything is using the same space. Listening to a Melody Gardot album, you have the harp note sharing its space with the oboe, with maybe the bassoon, the double bass, the strings, and things sound a bit too busy and a bit muffled as all of these instruments bleed over each other. You can just tell that the 5909 has a more expensive sound. Separation, silence, air, and weight with every different instrument. The 5909 achieves the task of giving the instruments their own space, making them sound a lot more cleaner and clearer. The Ace is more vague when it delivers detail. Listening to the 5909, her vocals reach out further to you. Lot more expression, lot more reverb. The 5909 has a tighter, clean, more pinpoint focus on what it reads and delivers, whereas the Sonos has a more blurred or double vision. Even when you listen to audio through the 5909s and everything sounds nice and clean, you think it just can't deliver the bass. But when the bass needs to be delivered, that double bass, that bassoon note, that oboe note, and any bass delivery comes with a lot more generosity on the 5909. The 5909 definitely show more class than the Sonos. More grace, the audio just sounds more grand. The Sonos, it lacks the depth in the low notes and it lacks quality, pizzazz and brilliance when it comes to the mids and the highs. In fact, the highs, they're a bit blunted. This is flat, not touching any EQ. And before you say EQ, you can't EQ in what you don't have. I would put the Sonos Ace audio quality as being tame. Nothing special to congratulate or report on. And unfortunately, I'm a little disappointed. I had high expectations for its audio, but it's plain old headphones versus headphones. It seems as if the more expensive ones sound much better with their inferior codecs. All of these audio tests were conducted using Bluetooth listening. Just because you have a lossless codec in the bag, it doesn't mean that you're next in line for the crown. You need the best electronics on the other end. I don't doubt that the alluring and tempting Snapdragon Sound and lossless codecs promise a lot. But at the end of the day, rely on your good old trusty ears and not necessarily the codecs to do the judging before buying.